Current global pressures such as conflicts, climate change, heavy economic conditions, supply chain issues, technology development, political issues are causing organizations across industries to shift their business models. Manufacturing faces a lot of pressures, such as increased price of commodities, slowed global economic growth, lower productivity, and deindustrialization, pushing organizations to reduce costs, speed up production, and become flexible. What is robotic process automation? Robotic process automation is assigning your mechanical high-volume repetitive and most important rule-based task to a software program rather than a physical operator. It can log into any application, it can move file and folders, it can scrape, like copying data from websites, read and write to database, it can extract content from documents, PDF, emails, forms, it can even make calculations for you, it can open email and attachments, and it can connect to system API. A software bot is like a virtual employee. It just needs one laptop to be able to run. And depending on the function you need it to perform, it may also require an internet connection and a software license. With artificial intelligence and machine learning, the bot can also handle unstructured data like emails and other documents through natural language processing and computer vision. The bot can learn from experience to make informed decisions. There are many ways to use RPA across different functions in an organization. In HR, it can handle processes like payroll, time and attendance management, onboarding and offboarding, benefits administration, recruitment, personnel administration, even education and training. In supply chain, it can handle inventory management, demand and supply planning, invoice contract management, work order management, returns processing, and freight management. In IT services, it can assist with server and application monitoring, routine maintenance and monitoring, batch processing, email processing and distribution, password reset or unlock, even backup and restoration. In finance and accounting, it can handle P2P, O2C, R2C, and collections. In customer services, it can automate customer inquiries, customer account setup, order management, document processing, and duplicate system entry. For example, in manufacturing, RPA can automate shipment tracking. The bot can start by logging into the ERP system. It then retrieves shipment details from the ERP system. The bot will then access various carrier portals and use the tracking number to check its latest status in the portal. The bot updates the ERP with the latest shipment status and generates a status report. Or for automating safety stock updates, the bot will first receive an email from the demand planners, where the bot will extract data from using text mining and natural language processing to extract key data points. The bot will log into the ERP system and search for the relevant product records and update the safety stock for each product. The bot then saves it and sends an email to the user. This is an example of the function of RPA and invoice processing. We are looking at the workflow in the debug mode. The actual process is done much faster. First, the robot will open the email, save the attached invoice, and extract the needed information, the reference number, the invoice date, and so on. The robot is also performing some basic data conversion and format changes so that the input in the ERP is valid. The robot extracts the amount, the taxable amount, the tax rate, the full name of the person, the description, and also the company name. Extracting the data from the PDF is done. Now the robot opens the ERP and logs in using the username and password, which is encrypted. After logging onto ERP, the robot searches if the vendor exists by going to the Vendor tab, typing the vendor's name, and checking if there's an entry for this vendor. In this case, the vendor is already registered in the system, so the robot continues and fills in the company code. Then it selects all information. The robot goes back twice, then types the code for entering incoming invoices. Now, when entering the vendor invoice pane, the robot selects the vendor by its name and starts inputting the data extracted from the PDF. Finally, the robot simulates and then completes process to park the invoice in the system. The robot has entered all of the invoice data into the system and performed all validations and checks. The robot goes back to the email platform and sends an email confirming that the invoice was processed correctly. This saves time and ensures a more orderly process. What are the benefits of RPA? Speed. Whatever task is being performed by humans right now can be sped up by around 15 to 20%. That can save a lot of time for the workforce, which can be utilized in other areas. A task that usually took 12 days can now happen in 30 minutes. Data accuracy. It can cost a company a lot to have incorrect data entered into your system, especially if you do forecasting based on wrong data. The bot makes sure your data is 100% accurate. Compliance. Whatever task the bot performs, it creates a log file, so it can be used for audit purposes and compliance purposes. Highly secured. Security is a concern for many companies, and the bot is very secure. The OEMs themselves are already compliant to many standards. The bot is always installed on your local machine and local network. It's not going anywhere. Cost. It can save a lot of cost, especially in terms of labor costs. RPA can save around 30 to 40% on average. Non-intrusive. You don't have to change any of your IT infrastructure. The bot can automate processes with your existing hardware or software infrastructure. High availability. The bot works 24/7, no matter the time zone, so this is especially helpful if you have processes involving other countries. Low technical barrier. The bot can operate on its own and perform any kind of automation without human intervention. A large fastener manufacturing company in India has automated the gate entry or inward automation, which is a critical process as their factory works 24/7, so they receive a lot of raw material by the hour, and the trucks or vehicles get piled up at the gate as it takes time to ensure entry. With automation, before sending the truck, the supplier sends invoice to the email address. They will also send a hard copy with the driver, but the bot verifies the invoice with the purchase order and ensures the quantity, delivery schedule, and price match the PO. This is just one example of many use cases that are possible with RPA in manufacturing. To see how much ROI you can get by implementing RPA, first we will need to see what process crucially needs automation. For example, AP automation. Now, the number of FTEs currently working on this task is 30, and they all spend 100% of the time working on this task, with the average fully loaded salary of $400. Whereas the estimated cost per bit implementation is $58,000, with the estimated maintenance of $12,000. Within the first year, the bot can save $86,000, which reduces the next year onwards as it only needs maintenance. This is the kind of cost you can reduce with RPA. If you would like to calculate your ROI and experience the benefits of RPA, contact us today.